Hi guys, so as I mentioned in class, we're going to look at finding the radius of a circle when we're given the area. We tried that a little bit this week, had a bit of success, wasn't too bad. Basically we're working backwards, so what I've mentioned before I like to do is I like to map out the formula and then substitute that formula with the information I know. Now the information I gave you guys was that we had a circle that had an area of 398.75 centimetres squared. That's the question from the test on Friday. Now if I substitute this formula here with what I know the area is 398.75 centimetres squared. I know that is equal to, that's one there. I know that pi, let's round off at 2 decimal places. I don't know what the radius squared is, so this is what I want to find out. So basically I've just substituted all the things I already know. Now to do this, I need to think, working backwards, I need the opposite of multiplication, which we all know is division. I need to divide the area by pi. I don't want to divide pi, pi doesn't change. I don't want to split pi up at all. Now I'm going to use a scientific calculator to work this out, and I'll show that to you now. Okay, so here's my scientific calculator. Got all the cool scientific buttons over there. 398.75. That's our area of our circle. I want to divide that by pi. I'm just using the 2-digit pi, 3.14. It tells me that the radius squared of this circle would be 126.99 centimetres. Rightio. So we found out that 398.75 centimetres squared divided by pi gives us an answer of 126.99. Now we're not done yet. This obviously is the radius squared, but I'm looking for just the radius. So I need to now work this radius squared backwards to find out what is the number that I multiply by itself to make this number. Now to do that, I need this little special function, a square root. The square root of 126.99. Let's have a look at the scientific calculator again, because it has a square root function. So once I've got this 126.99, that was the radius squared, I need to now figure out what is the radius. What is the number that is multiplied by itself to make this number? And I'll use that, but I use the square root function right here, that little tick, to find out what the square root of that number is. 11.26. Bingo. That's our answer right there. Forget about the rest of that. 11.26 centimetres is the radius of the circle from the area 398.75 centimetres squared. Scientific calculator, I love you. So, from the scientific calculator, the square root function, we have just found out that the answer is 11.26 centimetres. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our radius. Now to check that, I would advise we now go through this normal process, square this number, multiply it by pi, and it should give us something very close to that. Don't forget that if it doesn't give us this exact number, but it's very close, it's going to be because of the difference in the pi numbers. We're only using 3 numbers where pi is actually infinite, and the calculator will be much more precise about that. I hope that helps out.